grab your yoga therapy balls if you have them. You can use a tennis balls. I have the plus size, the larger size, in case anyone ordered those. If you left your other balls at the office, you can use racket balls, tennis balls, have them off to the side. Let's begin by arriving here, rooting our sit bones into wherever you're seated, either on a bolster or on the ground. Closing your eyes, gently resting your hands maybe on top of your thighs. And then we lengthen from the spine, all the way from the tailbone through the crown of the head. Gently drawing the belly button into the spine. Let's roll our shoulders up towards our ears and just simply relax them down and away. Maybe drawing them slightly back since we're accustomed to rounding them from using our devices and being seated. And let's invite our heads to move back towards this imaginary headrest of a car. And maybe that's something you can practice at home, is just simply just finding your posture. Even if you don't stay in it long, whenever you remember, just draw the belly into the spine, grow the spine nice and long, gently roll your shoulders back. And let's blink our eyes open. Inhale, sweep our arms out to the side, reach up for the sky. Exhale, twist over to your right. I'll go to my left to mirror you. Hand releases down. Maybe left hand grabs on to the outside of the right knee. And we are nice and tall here. We don't have to go too deep. Inhale, lengthen the spine here. And as you exhale, we soften the shoulders. Get another inhale here. Exhale, we twist a little bit deeper over to the left, over to your right. And maybe we bring our chin over the right shoulder if it's available. Don't force it. This is early on. Every time you inhale, lengthen through the spine. And then on the out breath, slowly when we unwind, inhale, sweep the arms at the side, reach up for the sky. Exhale, we twist over to the left, releasing hands down. And we just settle into the shape. Again, we don't have to go that far. Looking over to the left side of our world, whatever we're looking at. Another inhale here, lengthen the spine. Exhale, can you twist a little bit deeper, looking over your left shoulder this time? Settling into the shape. Exhale. Slowly we unwind. Now the left fingertips can rest gently on the ground. Inhale, can you extend your right arm up to the sky? And then on the exhale, we just simply slide the left hand over as we reach over. A little side stretch. And I want you to feel active in the hands. They're not stiff. However, there's a line of energy from your right fingertips all the way to your right hip crease. Breathing into the right ribs. Inhale, we come up to center. Right hand touches down. Inhale, extend the left arm up, and we're reaching up and then over. We exhale. How does it feel on this side? Breathing into that space of the left armpit. Inhale, coming back to center. Inhale, extend the left arm up to the sky. And then we're just gonna can you grab your right ear, gently rest your fingers, or just wrap your hands around the top of the head. Now, with the right hand, let's sit on top of it. Just keeping that hand down, relaxing the shoulder blades down. And then we're going to gently, not pulling, but gently drawing the head over to your left. Gently stretching out the neck muscles. And then you can even turn your head to look down towards your left knee. Just gently maybe drawing a little bit deeper in a comfortable way. No pinching, not forcing anything. And then inhale, release, head comes back. Then we sit on the top of the left hand. Inhale, extend the right arm up to the sky. We reach over for the left ear. Just relax the shoulder blades down for a moment. And then gently we begin to draw the neck and the head over. Flexion in the neck. This time over towards your right side. And then gently turn your head to look down at your right knee. Maybe you feel now towards the back of the neck. And then releasing. Let's take one ball out of the bag. And so we're going to start with massaging our neck. So I don't know if you can see here, but there's a tissue here called the Sternocleidomastoid. Just reach onto the side of the neck. Can you feel that? It comes towards the front and all the way towards the back of the head. So we're going to take one ball, hold it in your right hand. I'll do it in my left so I can mirror you. And we're going to place it kind of low and find the outer edge of that tissue. Yeah? So we're going to hold it there. And then we're going to turn our head to look over our right shoulder. And we're going to apply a little bit of pressure, pressing down. Just get comfortable there. Make sure there's no pinching, sitting up nice and tall. Take an inhale here. On your exhale, we're going to slowly turn our head, pressing down on the ball, looking over the, I don't know if I got you mixed up, left shoulder. I'm trying to mirror you, so hopefully I got that right. See how that feels. We're gently pulling, like cross-firing the tissues. And then turn your head back. Inhale here. Lengthen the spine. Exhale. Again, turning your head over your left shoulder. And then releasing again. Let's move the ball up, maybe halfway up. Again, pressing on the outside of that tissue, that sternocleidomastoid. And then when you're ready, exhale. Oh, see, for me, I feel it a bit closer up. A little bit of tension there. Be gentle. We're gently pulling on it by using the balls. And then release. Let's do that again. Find that spot. Gently press in. Exhale, turn the head. And then release. Let's go a little bit higher. And I have fairly large balls for my neck, and you may have smaller, so you may have some more room. Again, gently press down. There should be no pinching, no pain. On your exhale, go ahead and turn your head. And I'm gently drawing the balls towards my chin, so I get this little cross firing right across the neck. How's that feel? Yeah? And again, release the head. When you're ready, exhale, turn your head again. And then release. Other side, let's hold on with your left hand. Find that tissue. Find that edge. And you can even use your hands if you don't have the balls. You can do that too. So find that edge. So we're looking over our left shoulder this time. Add a little bit of pressure. We're kind of low down on the neck. When you're ready, exhale. Go ahead and explore cross-firing. And then slowly release. Don't let me rush you. Go at your own pace. Exhale. Do it twice. And then inch the ball up, middle of the neck. Find that edge of that tissue. Exhaling, gently pressing. And just notice where you feel the sensations more. For me, it's the middle. Maybe because I have bigger balls in my hand, a bigger ball. And then slowly move up towards the base of the neck. Find that edge. And then, hopefully you're feeling that, yeah? And slowly release. Now let's practice some controlled articular rotation of the neck now that we've given it a little bit of massage, a little bit of a stretch. Sitting up nice and tall, allowing the shoulders to relax away from the ears. Just let your balls rest on the ground for a moment. And begin to drop our chin towards our sternum. And we've done this before in the other classes. You're going to go to your right. I'm going to go to the left, so I mirror you. Draw your chin over your right collarbone until it arrives maybe a little bit in front of the shoulder. Then we just do a head tilt. Right ear over left shoulder. Try not to move your shoulders. And then we're going to draw a rainbow with our nose. So reach your head back, long neck, until your left ear is over the left shoulder, and we smoothly draw our chin just in front of your left shoulder. Follow the collarbone back to center. Let's go the opposite way. Drawing your chin over to the left side, ear tilts over the shoulder, reach the head back, ear over the shoulder, chin just in front. Trace your collarbone back to center. Do another rotation, both directions on your own at your own pace. And I know I'm kind of specific, but you're really just drawing a circle. And see, you can go just a little bit bigger without causing any pinching in the neck. Just listening to the sounds in your cervical spine, coming back to center in both directions, nice and smooth. Just keeping your shoulders relaxed, shoulders away from the ears. We're just moving, articulating through the neck. And then coming back to center, we lift our chin up. Okay, so let's take one block, or you can use a phone book, or if you have a thick book, if you have one nearby, we're going to place it on the ground, and we're going to put the balls into either, if you have a sock that you can place it in between, or you can put it back in the sack. And we're going to close up the sack. The balls are going to rest on the block, like so. And we're going to slowly bend our knees and lower down, and we're going to place ourselves so that the balls rest right on the base of our skull in that soft tissue spot, right here. You'll know and you'll find it, and get nice and comfy. Now, this isn't comfortable for everyone. So if this is uncomfortable, we're going to back off and try something else. But take a moment to settle in. Start with your knees bent. Let's keep the knees bent. And just get comfortable. So you might need to move the block, move the balls to the edge of the block if the block's getting in the way or the book is getting in the way. And just relax your head, relax the neck, and just allow yourselves, and try not to look at me. I'm going to try to be very clear so we can hear the instructions without moving your head, because I just want you to relax into the balls. Maybe closing your eyes if that feels right. And I want you to imagine your tissues like hot wax just melting into the balls. If you're okay here, now we can explore some movement. And you can gently turn your head left and right, just very slowly. Small, not a big no thank you. Just a very gentle left and right. Like moving in slow motion, just feeling all the changes and the sensations in the back of the neck. We're breathing smoothly in and out of the nostrils as we do this. And then come to stillness. Just let the head relax. Again, letting the neck tissues melt into the balls. And now can we just gently nod our head up and down, like we're saying, yes, please. Very gently, so the ball rolls up and down. And it's very subtle. It's not a big up and down. Again, we're looking to find comfort here in the self-massage. And again, bring the neck to stillness, the chin to stillness. And then now listen carefully. We're going to imagine there's a pencil on the tip of our chin, and we are going to draw a small figure 8 on its side, or an infinity sign, just very small, as small. Start it really small. See how that feels in your neck, massaging into the balls. And slowly begin to grow the shape of that figure 8 on its side. Not too big. You're going to be limited because you have the balls back there. But we're just moving the chin nice and smoothly. And then again, slowly we come to stillness. Just relax for a moment. Let's begin again, starting in the opposite direction. Make that same figure 8 or infinity sign. Starting small. And slowly we begin to grow the shape. Again, no pinching. Should be comfortable and smooth. And again, we come to stillness. And just relax. Let the neck melt into the balls. And you can even apply a little pressure. You're probably doing it on your own because your body is just like, oh, this feels good. Just pressing your head a little bit down. Excellent. And then slowly, slowly, let's come up off of the block. And we're going to take the balls out of the bags. And if you have a block or a telephone book, a thick encyclopedia or a dictionary, have that off the side. You can use an Amazon box that's sturdy that might have something inside that can maybe support your weight. Just have that on the side. Put the balls on the side, and we're just going to do a few rounds of bridge pose, but in a very methodical way before we use the balls. So lying on your back, again, try to listen with your chin up towards the sky, just head back. Have your knees bent, your feet hip distance apart, and walk your heels towards your bum, towards your sit bones, arms by the side of the body, and just listen to my voice. We're going to start with a few rounds of cat-cow, but we're going to do very smoothly and very methodically. So begin by inhaling and arching your back, sending your belly button up towards the sky, but only as much to allow just your hand to slide underneath your back. So you're pressing down through your sacrum, and you're pressing your shoulder blades down. You're just arching your back. Then on your exhale, flatten your back down to the ground, feeling the entire backside touch down. Inhale again, do the same action. Nice and smooth, belly button rises up, just a little space. Exhale, flatten the back. This time on your inhale, send your belly button up, and can you press your feet down, just lift your bum up a couple inches off of the mat. Now on your exhale, we're going to slowly lower down from your top of your spine, just roll down one vertebrae at a time, all the way down until your sacrum touches down. Let's try that again. Inhale, belly button reaches up, just enough space to slide the hand. This time we lift our bum up, maybe 6 inches off the ground or 5 inches, not too high. Pausing here in this very gentle bridge pose, knees are reaching forward. Exhale, lower one vertebrae at a time, starting with the upper spine all the way down to your bum. And again, inhale, belly button comes up. We send our hips, press down through the feet, raise your hips up maybe 3/4 of your full range of motion. Pausing here, knees are reaching forward. Exhale, lower down one vertebrae at a time, all the way down to your bum. Again, inhale, belly button reaches up, press the soles of the feet down, reach your hips up, maybe 90% of the way. Don't turn your head, just keep your head looking up at the sky, eyes up at the sky, and then slowly come onto your tippy toes. Can you come onto your tippy toes here? Your bum is still raised. Extend your arms over the head. Exhale, lower down one vertebrae at a time, all the way down to your sacrum. Release your arms, heels, come down to the ground. Okay, now if you have a block or a book or something available, I'm going to put it on what's called the medium setting. So not on the very flat. You decide what feels good for you. Right underneath my sacrum. So now I'm in a supported bridge, so I don't have to do the work. And you can adjust the height depending, maybe you want to go lower, and just pause there for a moment. And just listen carefully. You can do this without looking at me, so you don't have to crick your neck and look. Grab both balls in each hand, and you're just going to nuzzle them into that upper ridge of your shoulders. You'll know it when you find it. You're going to find that spot where you want someone to come behind you and dig in and give yourself a massage. And just nuzzle it in there under the top ridge, right above the trapezius, upper trapezius, right? And just settle in there. And just kind of nudge it in on either side of the spine. Maybe a little pressure helps. And just kind of shimmy side to side just a little bit to feel the pressure point. See if that works for you. Now, you can gently kind of shimmy a little bit more, left and right, kind of like, moving your shoulders left and right, up and down. And if I were able to see all of you in person, I'd be looking at your faces to make sure there's no painful grimacing. And we're breathing through this. If you go for a massage, sometimes the masseuse will say, breathe for me, breathe into this. And so we're finding that sweet spot that we want massaged. And then slowly come to stillness. See how that feels? Now we can chug up and down. So just relax your arms, and then you can even pick your bum up off of the ground. So this is why we practice bridge pose. So we practice pressing our soles of our feet down into the ground, and you can even lift your bum up for more pressure to really get in there and chug gently up and down. You're not going very far. Maybe half an inch up and down. The balls may get away from you, depending on the surface you're on. Just nudge them back in there. Find that sweet spot. And then come to stillness and just let the balls absorb into the shoulders. How are we feeling there? Hopefully okay, yeah? Yes, and certainly you can do this longer, but don't overdo it. So we're going to move on. So I'm giving you some tools that you can work with. Let's come off with the balls. Just take them all out, put them off to the side, lift your bum up. I know you want to stay there. Come off of the book or the block if you're on it. And certainly you could have done that without the block underneath you. It's there to support you. You could have just lifted up your bum and do that too. So now we're going to move lower down the spine. So we're going to go about 3 inches from the base of your neck. And we're going to try to, some of you have bigger balls, smaller balls. We're going to go on either side of the spine and nudge it in there. So I just kind of lift up one shoulder, reach back there, and see if the balls can touch, but not on the spine. So they're, I have the bigger balls and I'm touching. Now my head, because I have a smaller stature, is tilted back. If you don't find that comfortable, you can grab a blanket and place it underneath the head just for a little bit of height, for comfort. And I just did that now for me, just to demonstrate. Now this could be a lot for you right here, right underneath the neck. Sometimes if we have tightness in the neck and in the shoulders, it's referring from other areas. So again, be mindful how the body feels. Just because I'm inviting you to do this does not mean that you have to do this, okay? So we're gonna be honest with ourselves and notice if there's any pinching and take a moment to relax into the balls. This could be a lot. Okay, now if this is okay, maybe consider interlacing your hands behind your head, elbows out to the side, and lifting your head up. Now you're gonna have more pressure because you're supporting your upper body on the balls. See how that feels. Now, if you'd like to go further, you can dig your heels in and kind of push yourself, rocking yourself up and down. Ooh, how does that feel? That could be a lot. If it's too much, then lower your head down, rest your head on your interlaced fingers behind you, and just roll up and down. So now I know you can't see me. I'm telling you not to look at the screen. But if you do want to look at the screen, come off of the balls because I don't want you to crick your neck. I'm just gently rolling up and down. And every now and then just come to stillness. See how that feels. Hopefully everyone's doing okay. And observe yourself. Notice your face. Are you wincing? Are you making faces? Is it in a good way? Is this feeling, this is helping you? Or is this just not working and it's not comfortable? Permission to come off of the balls if that is the case. Okay? And if we are okay here, we're going to go even further. So come off of the balls for a moment and sit up and look at the screen because I'm going to show you where the balls are going to go to next. So now we're going to go around the bra strap and nuzzle the balls in between the shoulder blades here. And if you think the previous one was a little tense, this could be, depending on how you're feeling today and the tightness in your shoulders, can be even a little bit more intense, okay? So go smoothly and slowly, mindfully, and we are not going to be judgmental about ourselves if our backs are a little cranky and it doesn't want this to happen. Again, a blanket underneath the head can provide a little bit of comfort and elevation. So nuzzle it in there. So what I want you really is to have the balls in between the shoulder blades, right? So there's the edge, the wings of your shoulder blades. So nudge them in there, see how that feels. And if we're okay here, we just allow, can you allow your shoulder blades to kind of squeeze? Can you squeeze the balls in between your shoulder blades in that space? See how that feels. So we're retracting the shoulder blades, opening up the heart, and breathe into that space. Now let's just do the opposite and protract. So we're going to give ourselves a hug. Cross the arms over the shoulders, pulling your shoulder blades apart, protracting. Whew, how does that feel? I certainly felt that. Now, release your arms and squeeze again. Retract. And then slowly give yourself a hug again with the opposite arm on top, pulling the shoulder blades apart. And then release. And just relax there for a moment. You can also do different arm movements. Just gently reach your arms up for the sky. And then move your arms around. Notice the sensations. As you move your arms around, over the head, and down. It's a lot there, yeah? Now, let's slowly press our feet into the ground and just take one ball at a time out from underneath and just relax your back down to the earth and just allow the tissues to relax and notice how it feels now. Let's move on to the lower spine. So here, let's pick up our bums and we're going to slide the balls into our lower back. Nuzzle in them and feel free to hunt around for a spot that feels kind of interesting. Maybe we want to start easy with a spot that doesn't feel too cranky. And again, the lower spine, lumbar spine may not be cooperating with us, with the balls. Back off if that's the case, or maybe it feels okay. And just let the tissues melt into the balls. And be careful of like too much of an arch in the back if you have a bigger ball, but I'm able to kind of allow my bum to kind of come down to the ground. And then I'm going to press my feet into the earth, coming off the balls just a little bit. And then I'm going to allow, kind of roll over to the right side, just a little bit. And then release my bum down. See how that feels. And again, press your feet down into the mat, lift your bum up, glide over to the other side, to the left side, and then gently release. You control how much. And then again, lift up your bum, over to the right side, and release. And when you release, exhale. Just release, asking the tissues to melt into the balls. And inhale, we lift up our bum. We slide over to the other side. And exhale, release. And then coming back to center. Now, sometimes, well, let's do a little bit more of the spine. I was going to go to the glutes first, but let's gently rock up and down. You can rock up and down a lower spine too. Dig your heels in, rocking up. And feel free to pick up the balls and adjust them and move down and down. Again, mindful if you have any lower back pain, sciatica, or injuries. You can experiment with the balls going a little bit wider, and kind of gliding left and right and up and down. Now, sometimes lower back tension is from tightness in other areas in the body. The glutes, we're seated, right? In either, some people have mentioned folding chairs or kitchen table chairs, not the most ergonomic chairs. So let's take the balls, lift up your bum, and slide it to the upper part of your glute. And again, settle in. You may get some feedback right away. And you may want to start gliding left and right. Go slowly and mindfully. Again, mindful of any sciatica or any other pinching pain. And just slowly glide back and forth. And notice if it refers to any of the other parts of the body. If you get to the outer hips, you might hit what's called a TFL, tensor fascia latae, and it connects. It might give you feedback, and you might feel something all the way down to your knees, especially if your IT band is a little tight. And I keep adjusting the balls, hunting around for interesting spots as I glide back and forth. And then slowly work your way until the balls are on the dimples of your bum. Then you have dimples there. So and that might get real interesting there. And again, gently, we are going to be very gentle, gliding back and forth. And maybe you pause. If you find the spot that's like, wow, it's referring all the way outside of my hips and my legs, pause there. Just breathe into that spot and work around it. And then come back to it and see if it releases. And again, I can't see your faces, but Notice yourself. Are you wincing here? You have your face scrunched up. Can you soften the face? Can you breathe in here? And then with the balls in the middle of your glutes on each butt cheek, can you bring the soles of your feet together and butterfly your knees out to the side? See how that feels. Extend your arms out to the side just to kind of anchor you down to the earth. And then we may explore slowly fluttering one wing of the butterfly wing that you just created with your knees at a time. So maybe the right knee slowly comes up to center, left knee stays down. Ooh, you're going to feel weight in your left glute, and then slowly bring it down. Try the other knee. Slowly bring up your left knee. See how the right glute feels, and then down. Just alternating one side to the other. And breathing as you move. And then every now and then coming to stillness, letting the balls absorb into the tissue. And then for some of us, be mindful of your back again. You can even extend your legs out. See how that feels? This gets into the psoas, the upper hips right there. So you're laying with your legs extended. Again, mindful of how it feels inside your body. Just because I'm inviting you to come here doesn't mean that it's right for you for this moment and this day. This is just an exploration. We're observing the body and tending to it where it is now. And then slowly bend one knee at a time, feet down on the ground. Lift your bum up, put the balls off to the side. And just relax there for a moment. Let the tissues kind of settle down. Your butt cheeks feel a little fluffier now, maybe? That's a good one if you've been seated for a while. Yeah, in those, like I said, those not so ergonomic chairs. Alrighty, so let's gently rock ourselves up to a seated position. Okay, 12:41. I'm sorry, but I want to give you one more. I will not be offended if you have to go. But if you want to stay with me for just another round of an undulation of the spine, could feel good. So come to a tabletop, wrists right beneath the shoulder blades, knees underneath the hips. And we're going to do cat-cow in a different way. Begin by drawing the belly button of the spine, fingers spread nice and wide. We broaden the collarbone and shoulders, so we're strong in the shoulders here. And we're going to start with small undulations. Starting with thinking about your tailbone undulating up and down. So, like a mini cow pose. So you send your tailbone tilted up, and a mini cat pose, send your tailbone down. So we're just trying to focus on the lower spine here. So you're just kind of tilting your booty up, booty down, and nothing else is going. So just kind of do a couple rounds of that. And then on your next one, can you just go a little bit further and invite the middle of the spine? So think about your belly button, just your belly button coming down when you come into cow pose. And then exhaling, belly button goes up along with your tailbone. And just do that nice and slow, few undulations. So now we've included the hips, the pelvis, and the belly button, getting to the mid-spine. And now let's slowly add the upper middle spine. So next time we go into cow pose, kind of just allowing your heart kind of melting down, but not all the way. And when you push the earth away into the cat pose, we're rounding the upper spine, yeah? and then dropping it down. And you should almost feel like your shoulders retracting and protracting too in here. So when you're pushing the earth away, it's pulling apart the shoulder blades like we did when we were on the balls. And then when your belly button drops, allow your shoulder blades to almost squeeze together. And now let's add a little bit more. Let's add the full expression. So when we inhale, lift the chin up, look forward, and really draw the shoulders away from the ears. And then undulate, chin tucks down. Oh, now we got the whole spine. And then slowly come to stillness, bring your big toes together, wind the knees, sit back into child's pose. Forehead down on the ground. Push the earth away through the palms of your hands. You can even shimmy your hips left and right, stretching out the lower back. And then let's draw the hands by the head. Press yourself up. Turn yourself around. Let's come into Shavasana. Slowly lowering down, one vertebrae at a time, all the way down to your back. And the blanket could still remain underneath the head if you'd like. And our toes just gently fall on either side of the body, gently tucking in our shoulder blades so we feel that openness in the collarbone, palms face up. Closing your eyes and just scan the body, scan the spine, starting with the neck, softening the tissue, and just noticing the effects of your practice from the top of your spine all the way down to your hips, allowing the legs to grow heavy. And then we bring our attention to our breath, just watching the air as it flows in and out of the nostrils. You can certainly stay here for a while. And maybe your practice when we're feeling a little stressed is just to kind of move your spine a little bit. And maybe just come to Shavasana, lay down on a flat floor just to get your spine neutral. Maybe during your lunch break tomorrow. Let's take a couple cleansing breaths, inhaling deeply into the nose. Exhale out of the mouth. Another inhale into the nose. Exhale out of the mouth. Let's extend the arms over the head. Stretch out like a cat waking up from head to toe. And let's draw 1 foot at a time onto the mat. And before you roll over, just give yourself a little nurturing hug, drawing the knees in towards the chest. Feel free to rock side to side. And then gently rock over to your favorite side. Pausing there for a couple breaths, curled up. So let's gather our hands together at our heart center in a symbol of gratitude for this practice. And gratitude to ourselves for taking a moment to practice a little self-care for our spine. So let's all inhale here together. Exhale, we bow our heads down with gratitude. Thank you so much.